the request is heart-centered, they're saying, and it's not to it's just not like for the greed of humanity. It's, I don't know what else.
Well, the way they understand we want to do this work for the good of humanity.
Yes.
And so because it's a heart mind
yes
thing, that they're okay with answering for
yes.
us. That's wonderful. Thank you. I don't think that we could be even imagined to be little demons out for our own good. That's just not where we are.
They want us. I mean, they're telling this why they came in today, because they don't want us to struggle.
Oh.
They want our lives. They want us. They want to help us transcend. They're saying this human programming and just clarify some things for us. That's they said they came in right now.
That's wonderful, and they probably were here before we started, because that's exactly what we were wanting to ask, is about how simulated is our universe, or is our planet, and are we eternally stuck into this matrix type of program, or are we working our way out into having real control over our lives?
They're saying that indeed they're not exactly answering the question. They're saying it is a program of sorts of our own making, although the guided, or the, I don't know what the word is. It's like the forces that are controlling the program, as we know, are not of the highest light. And that's, they're saying, to be kind. They are basically in it for their own gain. And the angelic realm is just, they want to help us see almost the way out, which is basically what we're asking, and help all of humanity. And they said it's not necessarily the way is to transcend this simulated reality is by doing exactly what we're doing and raising the frequency, which light and sound and color all assist as our cells are vibrating higher and higher. The reality that we have been taught and exposed to becomes something else, and it's not. They're having a hard time explaining to me through my human brain about the time, and it's not like your past will all be gone, but it is they're saying your past is of no consequence. And this is where humans really create so much chaos in their lives, because they cannot let go of these concepts. And they're showing me that that the more that we love ourselves and stay in that vibration, it's not like we're untouchable, but we become less vulnerable to these outside forces. And they're actually just showing me how we can sort of raise ourselves up and be, I'm going to say above it all, but it's not exactly that. It's just these other things down here will affect us less and less. And so, I mean, they're saying we already know this, but we don't have the concept necessarily of exactly what we're trying to accomplish and where we're trying to go, because there's so much misinformation being put in our paths on a daily basis. And they're showing me now it's like hard to see the forest for the trees, and they said just keep meditating, going inside. New worlds will open up, and the information that is true will shine through like a beacon of light, and it will reach the people who are going to take this whole they're showing me this whole group of all of humanity who came in to the next level. It's of creating opportunities for all those who volunteered to come here to be of service to others. They're showing me you are going to be living almost the lives that you have dreamed about for so long. And they're showing me that you don't even have to ask the questions, like the videos and we'll find the people that need to hear them, the books, the videos, the screenplay. We are all creating a whole different genre of information that isn't so much about the fear. It's about the possibilities. That if we use our imaginations, and disconnect from these ideas that are fear-based, we can actually propel ourselves much more quickly into these higher frequency states and be a shining light that people will be drawn to. And it's funny because they're showing me that that's even something we have been doing, as explained in our Toastmasters group. Small as that is, it's having an effect on many people, and to keep the messages and from the higher realms, keep them going, and don't let anything get in your way.
That's lovely. Something for all of us to remember. Don't let anything
Nothing. They're saying it doesn't.
Our way.
No.
That's beautiful. And it's interesting that we are having all the questions that we had that we never even asked out loud answered here today. Yeah, they must be right along with us the whole time. Huh?
Well, I think.
There they are. Here we are. There they are. We are now.
Great.
It's beautiful. Well, that's good advice. Be the shining light and attract what we need and know that we can. Because one of our questions was about how to get this out to people, since there are so many.
They're telling me that we have all been guided, sort of, and it was almost like we all started sort of thinking the same thing. It's in the collective field already, as they were saying. And this is really where, in the meditations, we can pick up many of these ideas and bring them forth. And they're telling me, just ask, and the universe will rearrange itself under these circumstances, because there is a race for basically sovereignty and the dominion of this planet. And we, as a collective that understand these concepts, this is why we have chosen to be here at this time, knew that there was a race, and they're using that sort of in a literal terms, for the very survival of this planet. It was a challenge that they're showing me that we put before ourselves. But like, to negate everything else, we are winning. And just to know that we have so much help from so many realms. This was always the story. It's almost like they're saying this is like the greatest story ever told on Earth. It's the it is it's like it is a race, but it's also, we are laying the groundwork for so many others that are coming in, the children, and to create a planet that they're showing me it's like a peaceful planet. The consciousness is no longer supporting war, and that's why this form of war where there is it's a never-ending story, and so many conscious beings are aware of this. And those forces that are in control right now, they know this, and they are not happy. But it's almost like they're showing me they're trying to cram it all into like this time frame right now, and it's it's like they want to incite this war and that war, but the consciousness of the people is winning, and we are having none of it. And we just have to really focus our attention, they're showing me, on these aspects and send our healing love and light to the people in Syria, in Venezuela. They're just showing me that this is all, it's not, well, it's real. They're trying to tell me that it's made up. It's really, those are their words. It's not true. And they're just showing me it's going to fall away. Now, they're not going away in the near future per se, but much of in the they're showing next 2 generations, there will be, the world will be a much different place, because we are changing the timeline. And this is why so many they've put a stop to or taken the lives of, because they're standing in their way. But because of this collective field, they know the jig is up. They can't keep control. That's it.
Well, that's a wonderful message.
So we just have to keep in mind, they're just showing me that the collective field, it's all out there. And we all are one. And we do have the power within each one of us, as well as collectively, to stop it, change it. And this is what the videos they're showing me, the podcasts, all of the things, the messages, we're making ripples and waves in the timeline. The one that they are choosing to keep us in fear and enslavement. But when we tap into the collective field and all see the world being a more harmonious, peaceful place, we are all changing the timeline that has been predicted for many years. So this is how we are actually doing it, and that's why the meditation is so important. That's what they're showing me. Well, it's pretty big.
Okay. I'm so glad we captured this because it is an important message. It is the only show on earth at this point.
It is.
It's major. And
we have much help. I mean, I'm just, as every time we do this process, there's so many beings. I mean, we have so much help, and we just tend to forget that. I mean, I can't tell you all the beings that are here. It's like, oh my God, angels.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. That sounds like a wonderful experience for you, and certainly for everyone that we share this with. It's important information. So we'll bring Allyn back to her more normal waking consciousness so she can say goodbye. But we'll say hello first. As I count from 1 to 10, you're going to find yourself coming back to the room more completely. Feeling rested, awake, aware, and ready to continue your day. We'll start with 1, 2, and 3. And you begin to move your feet and wiggle your toes. 4, 5, and 6, stretching out your body. Coming back into the room. 7, 8, and 9. Taking a deep breath and feeling yourself back in your body on the count of 10. Hello, hello.
Wow. I've never been to that realm before.
That sounds lovely.
It was beautiful. I mean, just the colors and and I have I've been writing about the angels and the archangels a lot. So I'm really happy that they're here, and I know they've been helping me, but I don't tend to tap in to those realms, as you probably know. I go usually, the central sun beings. I've had some, just every time I go out, it's like there's something else out there, and it really does make you wonder, like, wow, the universe is really a big place. As you found out that one time when you went planet hopping to
oh, look at, here's another trillion planets.
There's another trillion planets, yeah. But each time it's just, I thought that one time I went to the place I never wanted to come back. This was another one of those places. It's like, wow, I didn't even know that.
It's interesting to try to explain the quantum healing hypnotherapy process to people. And all I often say is, it's like having a near-death experience where you're in this loving, colorful, vibrant field that you just hardly want to come back from, right?
Yeah.
It's so wonderful. And it's nice for people to experience that so that there's less fear of death, because our belief is that the time of death is only
oh my gosh,
a little move from this realm
right.
to another one, and it could be just so beautiful and wonderful. Nothing to fear.
There is nothing to fear.
Okay,
I like, you know, and speaking of fear, we just have so much fear down here. You know, it's hard to access that unless you do meditate and clear your mind and not just be so involved in the day-to-day worldly things, because as they just told me, I believe that our past is just that. And we all tend to get caught up in those stories. And I was just being shown, you know, the story is really not that.
it's the programming.
It is our programming. So if we want to create the world that we all wish to live in harmony, then we have to start really believing and seeing that we are the ones that have the power to change this. Because they just showed me, and I've been shown this before, that the field of information, and yes, there's a lot of misinformation out there, but when you tap into, or we all tap into, the collective field for the good of humanity. So there's sort of a caveat there, I would say. It's not about, you know, we're asking, yes, to be compensated maybe monetarily for our work, which, you know, is only fair and right in this world, because we can't exist without that. But when you're in service and want to help the most people that we can, then the rules change. And I didn't say that. It was almost like whoever are the controllers of our world, are playing not by our rules, by their own rules. We, in some way, have the ability to not
play by our own rules.
Play by our own rules.
Make up the rules.
Make up the rules as we go along. And it's not to be a scofflaw. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we just have to know within our hearts that we came here to do this work.
Exactly. So. We came here at this time. We volunteered. We're in process. We can't let the chaos of the world situation, the politics, the arguing between this party and that party, we can't let any of that get in our way, because it's all one big giant distraction. Coming back and remembering our purpose, remembering why we are here, putting out that's one of my favorite words, is imagination. Imagine, create, act as if, move into, you know, it's a forward motion of power and heart and mind. So it's all three working together, which, you know, all the major religions pretty much talk about. But religions aside, this is the work to be done. So thank you for bringing us this message. We can all be reminded and get to work. Right?
Yes. Let's keep on keeping on. That's all.
Do the work. Thank you.